All right, man. This music is lit. Q. Whew. Last stream before I actually go out for a holiday. You know, for once, gonna get out from Sweden. So hopefully this is going to be really fun. Thank you so much for being here and or for watching this thing later. I was just so glad that I got like one awesome person that I get to review. You know, well, let's not call it review, shall we? I mean, like it's a showcase basically, and we're gonna talk more about these showcase. But first of all, I want to say thank you to all the viewers, all the people that have been like helping with the subscribing to the channels and just following our growth, so to say. Because I mean, this will not happen without you, right? So definitely, like my biggest thanks for all of this, and thank you, Mr. Joel Felbom, for the sponsor. So yeah, and like now my voice can be good, a little bit bassy on it because mic's good. So let's go. All right. So what do we have today? So today we have a little bit of a different thing, right? Usually lots of like game artists, like 3D artists, 2D artists, concept artists come in for the review. Well, today we have something different, which is a VFX artist, right? It's so funny because I just finished my responsibility for the animation and VFX education in my workplace. So it was a little bit heartbreaking, but it's also a good thing, right? Uh, so it's an honor, literally, to be able to review all of this. All right. There we go. Let me just prepare some stuff and we can get right to it. Mm, 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 mm. There we go. All right. All right. So tonight I'm gonna talk about this person, this wonderful person named Alexandre Doe. Right? I don't know if I'm butchering his name or not, but Alexandre Doe. He's a VFX artist and assistant professor at IP Leiria from Santarém, Portugal. Yo, this is amazing, right? And we're gonna look at his work, right? And also this video, right? This stream are going to be available later for you guys to, I don't know, just check it out, and and go to the link if you can and check his works out. There's a lot of good stuff in there, but since this topic is not, I don't know, I don't have like a special knowledge about like how the technical things actually behind it. So I will see the portfolio as it is, as a portfolio, right? And from some A little bit here and there from the visual side and what can be improved and what needs to be, well, I don't know, shortened, so to say. All right. So this portfolio, I'm gonna assume this one is going to be used as like a personal portfolio where Alex, if I can call you Alex, sorry about that. If Alex wants to showcase his like ability to do things, so some kind of what you call it, like a library, so to say. Okay, showcase library. And for you that wants to get in touch with Alex, I mean, you can go to alexandredoasilva.work@gmail.com. So all things can go to there, and also when it comes to that, he got a LinkedIn page. Well, maybe you can give him like a connection and a shout over there, right? So why not? All right. So I'm gonna open the resume. Sorry, the portfolio. So this is the resume part of things. But before that, I'm just wanna show that he's Portugal based, bachelor in games and multimedia, and then through his studies and work seeks to explore my creative mindset and hoping to grow further as a VFX artist, which, not gonna lie, he's already kind of out there, you know. It's only a matter of time that he can actually, so yeah, it's gonna be great. His software proficiency is in Blender and also with, you know, Substance Designer, Illustrator, Unreal, Photoshop, and Figma. So that's what he mentioned over here at this resume. But without further ado, let's go to the portfolio. All right. So right now, I'm having like a lot of his portfolio actually. All right. There's a mix between everything. All right. But you also have this tabs, and which is really good. So if you want to showcase your portfolio and to show like different skills, it's always good to show that you compartmentalize your skills in a correct folder, so to say, so people can access that easy, right? The problem with ArtStation is they always have like this all options. I don't know if you can turn it off. I'm not sure, but it would be great if you can, right? So imagine if you turn it off, but it means you can just focus to all of these tabs, and that's it. But looking at this, we have VFX, we have environments, we have graphic design, and 2D art. Okay, so again, as I mentioned before, if the focus is to be a showcase, just a showcase, your own personal showcase of artworks and stuff, it's fine, right? But if your intention is to apply for job, like this kind of portfolio, is too much, right? So again, I have to remind everyone regarding that. If you about to apply for jobs, I think it's better if you only have your best work only, and you compile everything in, let's say, three the best portfolio that you have. All right. But right now, because like I mentioned in the beginning, I think it's going to be a showcase. This is great, more than great, because it's so agile. You can see almost everything in here. All right, cool. So Alexander is focusing on VFX, right? Which means if he wants to focus more to VFX, he should remove everything else that's not necessary. Because by doing VFX, a lot of like smaller things can be taken from that. It means his knowledge in environments, his knowledge in graphic design, and his knowledge in 2D art. You can already kind of read it from the VFX result, yeah? So I think it's better if you just focus on that one. Unless you want people to, you know, to know you as like a jack of a trade kind of guy. But this is just an input. You don't have to take it. I think it's better like that. At least in my opinion. Alright. So, since it's all about VFX, I'm gonna go to the VFX folder. There we go. So right now we have, imagine this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's 10, 11, 12, that's 13. All right. Again, if this is for what you call it, like recruiters, like no recruiters will go through all of this. But if this for a showcase, of course everybody will go through it, right? So yeah, and I think this is nice. Let us just go with the first one. So it's the half-tone UI VFX for a fighting game with Unreal Engine. Alright. Focus on a half-tone effects and interaction. My first experiment with UI effects in Unreal Engine fight. Look at this. Alright, the UI is nice. That's also nice. I mean, the UX on it, you can feel it. What I love the most from this one is actually the composition of things. And it's so familiar. Of course, it can be better, right? But when it comes to your familiarity, when this type of games, it's just out there, right? And that's what you want. That's how you select. If you move your controller. Like everything is so familiar. So this is a nice iterations. And also, this is great that you actually used a lot of like different colors in your presentation, because people need that, right? To be able to read the depth of your layers, so to say, because you got a lot to present here. You need to present the player sides, and then you need to represent the player selection, and you also show that when you hover different character, like everything will change, you know, like the yellow character will be yellow, the very light yellow will be very light yellow. So that's that, and that's awesome. Okay, so now is the team assigning. Okay, so this is the controller part, I guess. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Right, that's nice. Okay, so when it comes to this, right, this is just an input from me. You already have like all of this things ready. Oh, thank you so much. All of this already there, right? Like in this first presentation, you have everything. You have hover, you have, I don't know, select, you have highlights. I don't think it's necessary to explain it again and again, especially when the pictures are the same, if you get what I mean. So just be mindful of it. Be very, very stingy about things, you know? Just only show the one that actually necessary. So if it's like a special features that's not from before, then probably you can do that. But I mean, if it's already there before, then you risk of a repetition, and you really don't want that. All right, if you know what I mean. All right, so what's next? Okay, again, see, like the character hover, because everything is already like readable from this first one. Yeah, so if you want to break it down, then you better remove this one, and then later you put this one. This is the very least, and this is only just an input from me. So remove this first one altogether, show you breakdowns, because they will scroll, and then later when you reach the end, you show everything, right, in a complete way, so people will see. Or better yet, you showcase all of it as what you call it, like a reel, like a demo reel, so everything in a single video. But now I read that you have some breakdowns at the bottom. All right, let's see. This is how you do all the materials. Damn. This is amazing. This is needed. Now this is better because you explaining how the blueprint works on this one, and this is what people need. It's really nice. But again, breakdowns on the bottom. I mean, this is probably what you mean by breaking down the graphs. Yeah, I mean, it's correct. What I've talked about before is not about the graph, but it's more about like this, you know, tone it down a little bit, you know, make it into like a demo reel presentation. So you have the step by step. This is selecting skill. in this video, you know, in this timeline, this is selecting, this is hovering, this is mouse over, blah blah blah, in one video, and the final result. So it end up with like one animated video from the fronts, from the beginning of your breakdowns. And then after that one video, you show this, like your breakdown process on the graphs, every single graph. So I think that's the only thing that I want to talk when it comes to this. But overall, when it comes to the final result of this one, I think you did a really beautiful job on this one. It can only get better from this one. All right, cool. Hopefully that's enough though. But if you need like some more, you know, information from me, please feel free to just type it on a chat, and hopefully I can help you out, explaining a little bit more. All right, cool. So now I'm gonna go back, and now we this is not a UI, this is mostly like VFX, a lot of like different VFXs, and I don't know, man, like this is amazing. This is amazing. Okay, so now I want to talk about this again though in your presentations. If your, what you call it, your presentation is from like, let's say, similar projects, right? So let's say this is from the same sci-fi game, or from the same adventure games or a fantasy game, things like that. Combine it into one and put them all there in like one single files. So when you click, you got everything, right? As a reviewer or just a viewer, when we click that, we get all the information about that kind of theme. So always separate things by themes, because it's going to be much more easier, and also you're going to save the space, so you will save people time from scrolling too much. I know, right? But you know, people nowadays, they scroll sometimes really fast as well. So what you want is actually to hook them up with what you did, right? And then after that, let them enjoy your hard work. So the ones with the title on top are different VFX pack that I did in my internship. All right, so that's good. That's good. So it means they're really different, right? And you have titles as well. But I was talking about like this one, for example, right? So maybe I'm wrong, but this one is probably from the same kind of game or same kind of timeline when you're doing this. So one for the shield, one for the ground crack, because I don't know, it's just the model looks so similar, the environment, so maybe you can combine them to make it a little bit easier. Right. But let's go with the muzzle flash. Okay. VFX packs of Gabriel Aguiar production. I was responsible for the entire packs using Niagara particle system in Unreal Engine 4. This pack is also available in Marketplace, so take a look at this one if you feel like this one is good. Look at this, look at this. Alright, so this is made in Niagara. I'm gonna mute this so we can actually see things. Ooh, look at that, fancy. Boom. That's nice. Okay, I want to comment, right? This is a comment about this. So later on, not this one. So later on, if you want to showcase like a lot of like different strobes and effects and stuff like that, that actually have like a really fast animation, it's always better if you showcase them one by one, so people can actually, you know, read it. So when they view it, it's just like, okay, so I understand, like this is like the gun flash. Or better yet, like use something to help out. Use some props that you can actually help with the, of course, like a lot of like examples from like Unreal stores or like Unity stores, they will just showcase the effect on it. But it will be great, aren't you? If you, let's say you're the one producing a game and you happen to look for some effects for your game, effects pack. Would it be lovely, and it's just like time saving, if you can just see like, oh, that's the effect it's actually looking on a gun or on a rifle, etc. So make it easier for your clients to actually, consume your visual product. Okay, give them time as well, because right now, like, okay, but it won't be fun if I just pause it here, for example, because now it's not moving, right? So it's better if you give it time, just a little bit. Hello. Yeah. Okay, you have one by one on the bottom. That's perfect, man. Then, see? Thankfully I know what I'm talking about. So this is fun, but definitely. So this one is nice. So again, like I'm talking before my my turn, but apparently Alexander already like do all this. So perfect. 10 of 10. 10 out of 10, man. Exactly. Like these effects are just lit in a literal sense. Look at this. Like, great job. You took your time on this one, and it's amazing. Yep. All right. Cool. So, apparently the message before is not for Alexander, because Alexander already did all this. So if you happen to listen to that message I said before I scroll down, then that's what you need to do. Break it down. Make sure that we can actually enjoy what you're doing, your animation in your effect. All right? Cool. Really nice. And I think it's going to be the same with the slashes and everything. All right? I'm just gonna go with the, oh, okay, so this is straight to like one by one effect. Okay, what's this? This is supposed to be water, because if this water, this is amazing. Fire. Oh no, this is like lighting-ish. This one is, okay. Ooh, this is like an astral thingy. Okay, let me just pause it right there. I mean, look at how he actually worked on the streak, like the actual timing for the highlights and the dark parts. Now this is what actually made an animation works, know your timing, when like every single thing's actually gonna happen, right? And you need, when it comes to this kind of things, you need to make sure that this effects, so to say effects, needs to be working. Doesn't matter where your character is facing. Sometimes you have like a direct light that only affects your character, or also like lights that affects your character, so also your environments. But in the other case, your effects is also sometimes a light on itself. So think carefully before you start making this thing. I'm not talking about this one, because this one is perfect. But if you're about to start something, I mean like making like an effects by your own, for your own projects and everything, think of things like that. Keep it general, so it can also be usable like almost everywhere. Doesn't matter what the lighting condition is. All right, so the next one, oh, this is like a variation of things. This one is really nice, simple. This is probably, I might be wrong, but you can get away with a lot of like recolor on these things as well. So that's a really good template that you can have. Oh, this looks like a wave actually. Oh my god, like this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I love how you put like the ripple water effect on this one. Oh, this one. Look at the sparks. Looks so amazing. Oh, and this one with the clash. Oh my god, look at that light streak. This is great. Okay.
Some of them are presented like in a different way as well. Nice. Okay. So, ooh, you got like the ground effect as well, like a ground slam. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so all of these effects are available in the marketplace. Nothing to be added here, man. You did a great job. Okay. So, before we move on, if you have anything to ask, just go ahead. No worry. The next one, we're going to be looking at the heal spell. This is a classic heal spell, but I don't know how it's going to be. Oh, you got a character on it. Oh, look at that. Perfect. The charge. Okay, the cast. And then if you cast it on himself. Perfect. Perfect. Presentation is very consistent, and I salute you for that one. Okay, so this is like a note for everyone else. Be consistent on your presentation. What Alex been doing here is really good, because from the previous VFX and the other one, the presentation looks, you know, like looks neat and tidy, just like that. No hassle. So this is what you want when it comes to your presentation. You don't want it to be like, okay, this picture is bigger than this one. Just make it easy for your viewer to enjoy. All right, so there's a lot that you can learn from this one. And also the selection of color, right? The contrast is very good, because you know the effect is very colorful, right? So the push and pull between the contrast is really nice, because the background is just, okay, grayscale-ish, right? So it toned down everything so you can actually focus on the VFX. The only thing that a little bit, I mean, not always, like a little bit distracting, is probably the ground, right? Because this effect will work fine if you present it without the ground texture. Just, you know, just flat with like some gradients on it, it will be awesome as well. So for me, at least for me, this is a little bit distracting. Looking at the background, like, okay, but maybe the intention is to show the game feeling, and it's nice. But if you want to do that, if I can suggest you something, try with a different kind of ground. Maybe like a desert ground, or maybe a grass top ground, something like that. Just play around, so the viewers can also measure your effect with like different kind of biomes. How would your effect actually happen? Feels like if it happens on top of ice. Or how does it feel if it happens on top of like grasses? So different feelings, or like different visual as well. It will be min-maxing. Of course, you can present that in grayscale as well, but at least that kind of tone to help the viewer get like better feeling with your VFX. All right. Wow, this is amazing. By the way, Alex, thank you so much for sharing this with us. Yeah, yeah, hopefully it makes sense. I'm so happy that you're sharing this with me and with everyone. It's such a really nice work. Okay. So there is step by step over here, like the keyframes, right? The balls going up, the balls didn't work, and then the sparks start rolling, and then you have the what you call the groundlet pulsing now, and then it goes up, just up, and then after that it falls down again, and then start with the beam. I like it. I like it. You literally done your due diligence. Let me read the chat. Yeah, it's just an input, so hopefully it can work better in the future when you create like more and more VFX, or maybe like do your own packs and stuff like that, because this is like amazing, brother. Like seriously, this is awesome. Okay, now with like different elements, the blue. Perfect. And see what you did here? You just gradient on the background, flat. And it shows the effect more beautifully, you know, with no distraction. This is perfect. So yeah, keep doing this. But I don't know, maybe in the future you want to try do the what you call it? The different ground scenario as well. Probably like, you know, the desert, the sand or whatever. Maybe it can be better advantage for you as well. Oh, this one. Oof. Damn. The selection of colors, I mean, it's very minimal. You play either with pink, with blue, like all the elements. And you can always change it to lightning or fire, just like that. So, this is amazing. Perfect, perfect. Good presentation. And good notes, at least for me. This one is a little bit different. So this is VFX Animation Elemental Study. Oh, VFX Apprentice course, the Elemental Study. So this is the fire. Beautiful. But when it comes to like animation, I just want to be a little bit nitpicky here. Probably you can make like fireworks. Depends on like what kind of fuel it has, right? So house fire, forest fire, fire on a fire pit. It's always have like different effects on how the flame is actually reacting. So try to get like more references for this, like how fire is actually affecting its sizes and shapes, right? When it comes to like the what do you call this? You know, just logs, right? Usually the height is a little bit higher, and then the variation of heights is also different. And will the wind condition affect that? Maybe if you play around more with that, you can have like a little bit more, not realistic, but you know, make sense movements. Because most of this fire right now, I feels like it's staying in place, and I don't know. Because the rest of your effects are amazing, and this one feels like a okay. But it's a study, so hey. Oh, like this one. This is amazing. Oh, the fog is nice. Hey, I would love the recipe for this fog. This is a really good fog. Okay. So when it comes to water, well, it's always tricky with water, because right now you have the water impact on the lower surface, but now I'm missing the impact on the outside, right? So all of this ripples and like, I don't know, white bubbles and everything usually happens on the outer part as well when the water is actually touching. So maybe that, but I don't know. This is like, again, this is like a study, so probably now you already know how to do that. So simple, but it's sparkly. It's supposed to be an impact. That works. Maybe when it comes to impacts, you want to play around with the location of it. So sometimes, even though your player character is like hitting what you call that, a pickaxe to mine a rock, for example, cling cling, and then like the spark is actually happening in several different positions. So it might be just pling 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 here and there. So maybe, you know. But this one is amazing. At this point, I can only be nitpicky, man. So, okay, this is a slash, but definitely the slash that you had before, like before this is more better. The trails, the projectile is really good. I wish the trail was longer, but hey, again, it's me. Great job. Okay, this is a spaceship thruster. And we'll see. We'll see. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, with the spaceship model, space background, and just this. Alright, the only thing that missing, right now, again, being nitpicky and stuff, because look at this. This produce a crazy amount of lights, right? This kind of lights, if you don't put a barrier from it, it will definitely gonna bleed to the back part of this spaceship, right? You know, those afterburner effects, the light will definitely going to be here. So maybe think about that when you put into a presentation. If you put only this flame, you don't have to care about what it actually did to, because there's nothing in there. It's only the flame. But now you're putting the spaceship it will be nice if you can get like a little bit of a glow or like a sparkle on the back of the plane. So, you know, you can see that your effect is actually bleeding through. But the animation, oh, you got a breakdown here. It looks really nice. Okay, so. But this for a game jam? Man, you're nuts. Keep up the great work. All right. So let's go. What's next? Okay, we have impact. Okay, so it's the same production team again. So we have like a couple of thing in here. There we go. Ooh, this is nice. I like this. So see, like different impacts have like different pops. Sometimes on the left, sometimes on the bottom. Perfect. This is what I'm telling you about, guys, before this. Like, you know, if you make like an impact effect, you know, play around with the position of things, and it will guarantee it will make the effects much more dynamic. Because imagine if you play a game and you keep seeing that static effect again and again and again, it's just become a repetition. And because this VFX is actually much more bright, not brighter, but you know, usually when some effect happens, it will steal your focus from the main game, right? So let's say, use this for an example. Let's say we play Diablo, right? Too many repetition, and you know how Diablo can be crazy with the magic effects and everything, right? Imagine if it's just an effect that looks alike again and again, repeated. I mean, it is right now, but they still know how to differentiate, like with the placement, the location of the spell, the rotation of the spells, blah blah blah, and make that into like something subtle, but still breaking the whole repetition. And that's good. So need to be careful with that, guys, if you want to produce like a VFX. Especially if you're going to use that VFX in a production. Make sure that VFX is, I don't know, working well with the rest of the gameplay and the, you know, the environments. All right. Beautiful. Oh, this is nice. See, for example, this one, you will not use like this again and again and again. So one time, it's fine. But this one, for example, you might want to use this for a pulse, like hit me, pow, 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 different location. Maybe you want to play around with the size of it, right? Location, definitely, and then probably the size of it. So make a variation, break things up. Oh, this one is nice. Okay, and also play around with the timing. Okay, so let's say this one. Okay, hit one, activate, and then hit two, activate later. Depends on when you actually hit or where the impact it is. You know, like it can make your gameplay much more awesome. So yeah, timing as well. All right. Okay, let's go back. Whew. Man, this is a rich amount of VFX that I can consume. Like seriously, it's great. Imagine that. So perhaps, like even if you're not a VFX artist per se, or you're not an animator, you just love to do like some stills, right? You love to do some concept art or just like still images, illustration, stuff like that. Learn from this, all right? Because what Alex did right here, he had like a video that actually show the animation of the effects, and the frame rate is not that big actually. He plays around with like quite enough frame rates to make the effect looks big, but it's only a few, right? So try to learn from it. Pause it from time to time. So imagine if you need to draw a concept with like a VFX on it, right? And then you want to draw how the impact looked like. You need to select the frame, right? Just like this one, for example, this one, the beam. Like I like to have like a title here, vertical beam attack, but without a title here. We already know this is like a vertical beam attack, and we can kind of feel that it's moving, right? So learn from that. Find your impact point, and then find the key animation of things so you can actually translate that to your 2D works, so to say. So no more static, boring 2D effect. It will be more alive because you literally study the movements of the effects. So learn some keys, catch the keys when the most amazing impacts actually is. Like for this one, is when the water is actually there, the highlight is in there, and all the wavy streaks are there. It's perfect. But imagine if he choose the other image when all of these blue things are not there. So it's just going to be like another line. So this is a good study, guys. All right. So even for 2D artists, this is awesome. All right, cool. All right, let's go for the because I think this is like Alex's older work. I'm not going to be looking at that one, but I'm gonna stop up until the ground crack here. Okay, characters and animation are from Mixamo. That's also good. Oh, this is good. This is like, I don't know, Doctor Strange kind of thing. It feels like that. Like the spinning is there, and then all this fire is actually bleeding into the character, and use the character for the actual blockers for the particles. That's, yeah, see, this one. I like it. Aha! Okay, so the ground crack and the shield I made during my bachelor. All right, but wow, this is something, and you definitely so much more better than this one. So I mean, you upgrade yourself. Imagine if you redo this with your nowadays skills. It's going to be awesome. But later probably if you're looking for something, for some opportunity, it will be great as well for you to update your old works, because all of your old works are nice. It's just not as advanced that you are right now. So think of maybe updating it. Why not? And then you put the breakdowns. Oh, you already thought about that. Awesome. And I wish you the best of luck. And well, you don't need no luck. You just need to push, because you're already there. I like it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Ah. Oof. I wish they have like, I don't know, some dates, If you want to put something like this, some historical pieces, maybe like put like the year in there. So, and on the newer one, probably we can compare like, oh, what year is this person actually doing it, and like see how much the artist is actually growing over time. So I don't know. But again, that's just me. And this one is, oh, look at that. The trails. The trails is very strong on that one. Not a big fan. But again, this is like your earlier work. But the ground is nice, actually. Boom, the impact is there. Oh, I wish you got like some camera shake. But yeah, the impact is there. Imagine if you have like some camera shake. Ooh. It's amazing. It's amazing. Again, the graph. I'm a big fan of this one. I like it. Sir particle blockers. Like sword mask. That's it. Because the sword like UV'd over there. Perfect, perfect. Well, again, also your presentation skills are much more better now. So that's why, like, especially if you want to make your web page like as a showcase, maybe like create a category from like your, what you call it, a study work, or where you do just play around and do not so serious things, like gather it in one place so people can just focus on your more now results. All right, so that's that, and that's great. Thank you so much for showing all of this. We still have a little bit of a time. If you don't mind, I really want to check how do you do with your environments, your graphic design, studio art. If you're okay with that, I'm just going to jump to it. Okay. Now we got the environment. No, thank you so much for you to share this with us. This is an amazing journey. Make me a little bit sentimental, because like when I was the head of VFX and animation education in my school, right? I saw a lot of students that actually, produce things like what you did. And it's just like giving me this, I don't know, memories and stuff. So, I'm sentimental when it comes to that. So thank you so much for bringing this in. And you're my first VFX artist here. And I'm very sorry because I cannot give you like more than just a feedback for, properly for VFX. But hey, we'll never know. In the future, maybe I can bring in someone that actually know what they're talking about. So your portfolio is safe with me, and probably it can be for the next portfolio review that I will be doing together with someone that actually know VFX. Okay. All right. This is a poster. Aha. Ooh. This is in Unreal. Oh, nice. And it's there. It's real. Wow. Multi-talented. Norway Fjord. Okay, the lightings are good. Aha. What's this, Gaia? Yeah, this is Gaia. Right, okay. Oh, yeah, I remember. It's really hard to texture this. I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to using Gaia myself, like I use it for backgrounds, mountains far away. Never dare to use it like as a main bits because it's so hard to control to make it right. Aha. Okay, so this last two is from your bachelor as well. Nice. Well, it can be much more better. But you create all the environment though than this one. You combine lighting, 3D models, texture, and procedural materials. Nice. So the skill is definitely there, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. You just did good. And this is the cathedral. Really nice screenshot, like with God rays and everything. Okay. Made in hashtag together with Pedro. Yeah. What is Pedro guy doing? Like making the models or something? Oh, the lighting is nice. I like it. All what missing is actually, harsher dust here and there. Yeah, okay, so Pedro is the one that making the model. With the model, but I mean, if Pedro's here, hopefully he's already much more better than this one, which I'm sure he is. There's a lot of repetition, bro. He can do better. So, sorry, Pedro. Doesn't mean to do that, but I don't know. I just cannot. That itch, game artist teacher. I mean, what do you expect? But yeah, all in all, the model is beautiful. You produce like a really nice, captivating cathedrals here. And I love how like the points and everything. All right. Cool. Right. And then also Alex doing some graphic design. Oh, some logo here. All right. Space Monkey. Like a game studio title. Oh, start from scratch. Nice. This is the poster. Rooms of Mystery promo art. Aha! This is like a game jam or like a game project, something. Yeah. Nice. Perfect. Hey, I like it. This is nice. The depth are nice. Selection of colors nice. All right. Perfect. Oh man, game projects. Like the school where I teach as well, like we have like this game project, and it's always dear to my heart because students will try their best to create their games. They did all the things like this, they make the graphic design for the game art, like the posters, promotionals, infos. So it's awesome. But again, just for an input, if later anyone, right, if you have like portfolio that you want to use to apply for something, remove your old stuff. Don't use it. It won't matter that much. Only send them like your best. Okay? Just a tip to make your life a little bit easier later. You know what I mean? Exactly. Like you so you know the feelings, right? You've been through that, and then you see like a lot of students actually doing that as well. I don't know, you just cannot beat that feelings. And in the end, well, in our school we have like this jury day, or sometimes we have feedback sessions like from the teachers that actually do that thing, or people from the industry coming in to just check their work, and they got bashed over their creations. I don't know. It's amazing. Uh-huh. Oh, look at this. You also do the pixel art here. Good mood boards. Oh, you have the silhouettes going for the character. Nice. All the pipelines are correct. I approve. This is great, man. Awesome. All right, so that's all, folks. All the artworks of Alexander Doe. Please check his work on ArtStation. Just if you have an ArtStation, just type his name, just like that. It will show you. Click on his work. Learn more from that. Especially from the VFX section, there is tons of things that you can take from that. Doesn't matter if you're 2D artist, if you're 3D modeler, or you're also VFX artist. There's a lot of elements that you can actually learn from there. Not necessarily steal, but learn. Wink, wink. So, and you can also probably contact Alex for like more information. Maybe he will be more than happy as well to to break down his things. If you're still confused or if you just started, I'm sure he's a great person that willing to share his awesome work. So yeah, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you so much for this, for tonight, Liz. Right, and because tonight is actually my last stream before before vacation, and I will continue streaming again later. Next time when I finish my vacation, I'm going to go down to Poland to have some, it's a due vacation for the kids. We need to get out from Sweden for a bit. We've been years stuck with me working and doing a lot of stuff. And okay, so Alex also said you have two more environments that did earlier this year in my master that I want to publish, but next time when you finally publish it, maybe you can let me know. So probably I can bring it in again to the show. All right, come on, I want to see, because you already like did all those wonderful VFX. I really want to see like how you do it with the environments. I'm sure it's gonna be, I don't know, a million times better than what you had before. All right. But yeah, thank you so much for your time. Again, Alex, thank you so much for sharing your work. It's my pleasure, and I'm really really humbled and thankful for all of this, and for the rest of you that actually hanging out and just watching. Oh yeah, Mo have a question here. If we show our best work first in our first portfolio, is that a good way to make sure the recruiters or directors looking at the work will click through other work that we may want them to potentially see? Okay, that's a good question, Mo. Okay, so before I go, the trick is the thumbnail. Just like Instagram, just like TikTok, all of those things about clickbait is real, right? So play around with that. Make sure that the thumbnails alone attractive enough, but again, make sure you separate them, and also you need to make sure that they all look different but interesting. So go ahead with that. But again, put your best the first. Always. That formula will never change. Because the hope is to have them actually see your work just one, They don't even bother to check the rest. Let's say you have like three images or like three portfolio pieces. They click at one and then just they decide to this is awesome. I don't care about the rest. Something like that. We can always hope that thing's going to be like that. But yeah, hopefully that helps, Mo. And please ask me again if you have like more questions regarding things. All right. Cool. Man, now I'm I'm about to go out, and I wish you the best summer. Hopefully you got good summer though, because up here it's like what, 8 degrees, 11. It's kind of suck, you know. Like kind of hope for like some 24, 34, you know, like some good sunshine on my skin. But you know that's why we're moving out a little bit south for this holiday. But yeah, all right. I'll see you next time, and stay safe, you know, and keep doing your best things. You know, I know you'll be better than ever if you keep practicing. All right, and keep helping people, because that's what matters. We cannot be in this world by ourselves. All right, have a good one. I'll see you soon. Salam and peace.